अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल लर्निंग स्किल्स। स्टूडेंट, क्या हाल है आप सबका? उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। आज यूनिवर्सिटी में मौजूद हूँ। मेरे साथ स्टूडेंट शान मौजूद हैं जो कि बांग्लादेश से हैं। तो आज इनसे थोड़ा बहुत यूनिवर्सिटी के हवाले से पूछते हैं। हम इस टाइम मौजूद हैं यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हर्टफोर्डशायर। तो बेसिकली वीडियो बनाने का मकसद ये है कि स्टूडेंट को गाइड करना है कि कौन सी बेस्ट जो है उनके लिए फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है, यहाँ पे आगे कौन सा सब्जेक्ट चूज़ करें, स्टडी कौन से सब्जेक्ट में लें जहाँ पे आपको इजी लगे, और आपने कौन सा जो है रूट लेना है। एक 1 ईयर रूट है, एक 2 ईयर्स रूट है। तो सबसे पहले शान से डिस्कस करते हैं इंग्लिश में। तो क्योंकि बांग्लादेश है, इनको कुछ उर्दू समझ आ रही है, कुछ नहीं आ रही, लेकिन हम अंडरस्टैंड कर लेंगे इनको भी और ये भी। तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम ब्रदर,
Walaikum assalam.
हाउ आर यू?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you so much. So now today is a Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have just finished our the lecture. Is that is advanced research.
Yeah.
So basically, I starting my this discussion about your the background. So you from Bangladesh, and basically in which subject you finish your intermediate and then you get your bachelor and the master. Can you please explain yourself and your background?
Yeah, of course. So I studied in O levels and A levels.
Okay.
So in O levels and A levels, I took physics and mathematics
All right.
primarily, and then after I did my A levels, I did this 1 year international foundation year degree, which was awarded from a British Council, and it was related to computer science.
All right.
And after I did that, there I had this introductory course on programming.
Okay.
And so once I did that, I really got interested into computer science and web development and everything. So I started web development,
Okay.
and later I got into a software development firm.
All right.
I've been working with them for around 12 or 13 years now.
Okay.
And in between that, I worked with Uber
Okay.
and
In here in UK.
no, in back in Dhaka.
Okay,
When we
working in that. All
launched,
right.
I
That's
was a
right.
part of the launching team,
All right.
and then I worked in Mozio as well.
Okay.
And after a certain time, I went back to studies, and I did my bachelor's degree around 2017. So
Okay.
that was like 10
Yeah.
years after I was done
Yeah,
with
it's a
my A
long,
levels.
long different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in between that, I was working in the field,
Okay.
and because I I took that time and it was beneficial for me
Okay.
because there are lots and lots of subjects,
Okay.
and sometimes we have seen that students get into a subject and after 1 or 2 semesters, then they don't feel like, oh, this is not the subject for me,
Yeah.
and then they drop out.
Yeah.
So I would say that always try to take a year to decide at least. There are many ways to learn nowadays. You can learn anything online. So try to experiment with every field, every
Right.
industry,
Yeah.
whichever you feel like, oh, maybe I'll try web development today.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try diagnostics tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to learn healthcare.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
just try to learn that. Take a year or two,
Absolutely.
then decide to get into a bachelor's degree or
Yes.
even for master's degree. So I was done with my master's degree around. Sorry, I got into my bachelor's around 2013,
Okay.
and I was done
You
around
got
2017.
your bachelor in your own country, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did my bachelor's
Oh,
back at home,
yeah.
and 2007 I was done with my bachelor's, and then I got back to work again. And while I was in university, I was still working.
Okay.
So after that, so around 2020, I decided, okay, this is a good
Yeah.
time to do my postgrad.
Yeah. That's good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and definitely there were a few options that I had. One
Okay.
was data analytics,
Yeah.
which everyone wants to do,
Yeah.
is the foundation of sort of everything at the
Everything.
moment.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so data analytics is sort of the future, and
Yeah.
I did want to get into the data analytics route, but as I am involved with a few startups,
Okay.
and going forward, I would want to be in sort of the driving seat of startups. So having the generic route of the master's program of computer science,
Yeah.
where I would be able to learn all the aspects of computer science. So that's why I chose the generic route rather than specializing in
Yeah.
any of the
So yeah.
sub.
So my question is that, so what you recommend to the new students who's coming to UK to get higher degree? So basically they didn't know about that, which is the specific subject they can choose in their the study. So what you recommend, and which subject they want to come on the in UK to get the higher degree?
The thing is, it's a little different over here than it's over at our subcontinent,
Yeah.
because I'm saying subcontinent because it's sort of the same about Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. We have the same sort of educational systems,
Absolutely.
and we sort of have the same kind of
Yeah.
mindset as well. So it's a little different over here, and there are lots of opportunities in in here, and
Absolutely, I know.
you get a lot of help learning.
Yes,
You come here to learn.
absolutely.
So where choose a subject that
Yeah,
you're passionate about, that you are
yeah,
like
very
you give,
interesting for that subject.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you
that's
will sort of
that's
do
the thing.
anything to
Absolutely.
learn. So even if it seems okay, this is sort of a different industry, you can try that, but obviously before you get admission,
Yeah,
as I said before, there are online courses. Do an online course, take some time, try to research about your interest,
absolutely,
because this is a huge commitment, uh, financially,
absolutely.
and you're coming to a new country. So you can't just be like, oh, I
Yeah,
can't do this anymore.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you have to be really sure.
Yeah.
So
So you must be, think about your future. Yeah,
yeah,
like which in which the part of the life you want to
exactly.
go. So
Where do you want to go? Do you want a career back home,
yes,
or do you want a career over here? So
yes,
you will have to see, okay, if I'm taking that subject, what's the prospect over at UK, or how's the prospect over in Pakistan? Or
absolutely.
maybe you're planning, okay, I'll get a degree here and
Yeah,
I'll settle somewhere else.
yeah.
Always try to plan out your
Plan
goal,
over. Yes,
and
absolutely.
so always try to see what's the prospect like today,
Yeah.
and the future prospect as well. Computer science is getting very
I think it's a lot
competitive.
huge, the amount of degree. That's
Yeah, but
every
it is
part of.
also getting really competitive.
Absolutely.
Previously, when I first got into this industry back in 2011,
Yeah.
there weren't too many
Too many. Yeah.
people, and we could easily get hired and get high salaries. But
Absolutely.
nowadays, there's a lot of competition in this sector. So many, and it is a tough industry as well. I After 12 years of working in IT, I feel like, oh, maybe I should go into healthcare or something.
Yeah.
Even if you have seen me
Absolutely.
in my research
Yes.
class,
Yeah.
I've always talked about healthcare.
Yes.
And as the pandemic has shown us that
Yes.
healthcare industry needs a lot of work.
A lot of the work. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
know that.
that's why I feel like, from my experience of the IT industry, I can sort of transfer
Yeah.
those experiences and help the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
So there are like this individual subjects, and there are subjects over here that sort of have this correlated subjects as well.
Yes.
And in the future, I feel like those fields will be more lucrative
Yeah. Absolutely.
rather than just computer science or just business or just healthcare. There will be subjects that sort of correlate with all of this.
Yes, that's why they need more student is like skills
Yeah,
students that's in the specific field. So I recommend the new students to come to other side. They can choose these specific subject which they learn more and they have a good knowledge and experience. They can do easily job here as well.
yeah. But
Yeah.
one thing I would like to add, if you are thinking about computer science, you you have to love mathematics,
Yes.
because many students think, oh, well, it's just
Yeah.
programming. I'll just type in
Truly.
my computer and it's computer science. No,
No.
it's purely mathematics, calculus, statistics, so algebra. So you have to be very good.
Second last question is what you think about the this university and what you recommend these students who's coming from other countries like from your like Bangladesh, Pakistan, some like Asians people, some other students coming from other side. So what you recommend they come here in this university, Hertfordshire, or they can choose another university for?
I mean, this university is an excellent academy. The campus is really great. It's
Yeah,
a huge campus, and it's a diverse campus as well.
surely,
It's there are people from all over the world who are studying and working here, and it's a great campus, great university. And the teachers are really cooperative. They're
surely,
helpful, and they'll try to. As long as you want to learn, they'll help you
yeah,
as much as you need.
surely.
But end of the day, the decision is yours, and
This is
the reason to choose a place would be where you're going to stay, and
surely,
definitely when you're coming here, whether you'll be able to sustain in this city or in this region. If your plan is no, I'll be able to sustain in some other part,
all
then choose that way. But obviously, do look into things like housing
yes.
and job opportunities that you would get around
Yeah,
the campus.
that's a big problem
Yeah,
for new students. You know,
exactly.
they have
Because sometimes they
they,
get into an university and
yes,
then
but
suddenly they
they
can't find any
can't find
part-time
any
jobs
particular
around.
job, and also the accommodations as well.
Yeah,
It's very difficult they get accommodation because the university accommodation is already full.
yeah.
So that's big problem, the big
So
issue for the
first of
new
all,
students.
just see if there are
Yeah,
accommodations like at least 10, 20 kilometers close by. How are the part-time job opportunities
yes,
around? And even if you're a little far, whether you'll be able to commute that distance properly.
yeah,
So do those researches
yes,
properly.
absolutely, yeah.
But this is a great academy. Everyone would love to be here, but at the same time, it won't be for everyone.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's the last question with you. Yeah, that's everybody. They are very sincere with their future plan.
Yeah.
So I just ask you, what's your future plan right now? So after completing a degree, so what you want to do the
Um,
next?
yeah, definitely. My future plan would be, well, definitely to be alive,
Yeah,
happy, and
yeah.
well with my loved
Absolutely,
ones.
yeah.
But yeah, I would love to. I have a few startups. I'm working on a few startups, and I would love to get those startups up and running. But at the same time, I'm hopeful that I'm keeping my options open, and maybe I'll explore a new industry,
Absolutely.
because
Yes.
this country can give you opportunity to
Yeah,
work in
after
any industry
surely
that.
after
Yeah,
completing your degree, that's a huge demand.
yeah,
That they need more the students who is fully educated
yeah,
and have a good experience, good skills on that
absolutely.
on their side. So I think that's a good way, and also UK is the best I think for your future.
Video.
Right.
So
Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, Learning Skills. Bye, please.